The second principle of hitting, as we went through, every single person that hit a ball 115 or above, line drive or out, they did this. When they got heel down, front side, heel down, their glute was 100% behind the heel. So many people will call that a hinge, but if you look at it, it is a hinge, but the easiest way to find the hinge is to get the glute behind the heel. Okay? Now, it's going to take a little more sitting and it's effort. It's a longer feel. A lot of the guys don't feel it at first, but it is a principle for your max amount of consistency and your max amount of power. Here is why. We just went over the first video of sequencing. My hinge in the front side is a block. I must be able to block. Now, as you see the hips roll, that is not a block. That means that my torso, my belly button, my belt is still moving. We know through sequencing that what must happen for the next sequence to speed up. The first one must stop. So if I am continuing to rotate, when does my barrel, where's my first block? I don't get stopped till well out over here, if at all. Now, my barrel is doing this. But if I block and I get my glute behind my heel here, and I hold the hinge, my front back hip, my back leg is going to work down into the hinge and it's going to block. Now the second block is when this shoulder comes through. Once we get here, we're going to rotate into the front block. Second block is the shoulder, then the barrel releases. And I will promise you, you're going to get more consistent barrel path because the back shoulder is what creates the barrel direction. You say, if I'm blocked off on the front side, how am I going to hit that inside pitch? By getting to the front block faster. We know that we're going to have to hit the front pitch out here, correct? If I roll off, what does my shoulders do? They roll. You can see here, my barrel is going to go here and here. How do I hit the front low pitch if I'm peeling? Okay, my chest comes off. But if I recognize the inside pitch, I know that it's coming. I hit the block, and then we know that through sequencing, once we hit a stop and a block, the next segment speeds up. I'm there. And I'm going to create a swing behind the ball. And even if I'm off a little bit, I'm going to catch it here. Even if I'm off, my timing's off, I'm going to catch, and it's going to create a longer behind the ball plane of the bat. Well, what if the ball's on the outside? We know we have to let it get deep. I hit the block. If I roll off, how am I going to hit the outside pitch? Our goal, as we create a better swing, as we create the front block, is to get this back shoulder and the front hip to close the gap. You're going to create barrel swing. I'm not dumping. I'm working through the ball. So, the second principle is when the front foot is down, my heel or my glute is 100% behind the heel. Now, it doesn't matter if I'm here or if I'm here, or if I'm here. It's going to depend on how your athlete is comfortable. There are not a set way of how we get to that principle. Some sit here, some sit here. Stanton sits here. We just know that if you'll watch yourself on video, get that front heel down and that glute back, and you watch the barrel direction change. Your ball's gonna middle away with extreme power and much less effort from your hitters. That's principle number 2.